But, we didn't bury them, and we went into the third period 0-0 and got the first one. And, when you do that, you have to try and find ways to win that. Obviously, goals happen. Just can't give up two quick ones like that, and weren't able to find a second one to tie it.
Say one of the better defensive performances of the year. Is that something you guys can build on going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we limited them, to minimal chances. They got a couple, an outside shot and off a skate, Sure, those go in. It's the game of hockey, but defensively we played well. We just, it's unfortunate when you lose. You want to win, especially in your home building, and that's the tough part of it.
Not as much as you think. I was a Lightning fan growing up, so but you always grow up around the Habs in Quebec, and you hear about them every day on the media, wherever you look, on TV or radio. They're everywhere. So obviously you're familiar with them, but yeah, I mean it's. Right now I'm just trying to take every game, as its own, and I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, or I'm not trying to look back at what I've accomplished so far this year, or I haven't. I'm just trying to take it game by game, shift by shift right now.
How about the trust and the faith that clearly Lars has in your line and the usage that he gives you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that you have to earn, and then once it's earned, you have to keep. It's like I mentioned, it's in every game you start over. I firmly believe that, and if he keeps coming back to us like we've had the last few games, perfect. That means we're doing our job, but our job is actually to keep doing that and do it game after game, and be that reliable line, and also that can contribute offensively. Yeah.
How tough is it when they score so quick after you guys went up and the crowd's all juiced and everything?
I mean, it's a situation we've been in before, and we've done to other teams as well. I think you just kind of move on, right? They get a fortunate bounce on the second one, and the first one, good goal after our goal. So it evens out, and you just look forward to the next shift.
Lars was talking before last game about how he told you guys kind of before the game that you have to be comfortable against Florida, in your own zone defending because they're just that good, that kind of a thing. Is that a mentality that you guys just kind of need to maybe weathering the storm, I guess, through a lot of these injuries and whatnot? And, you have who you have.
Yeah, I think it's even when you're full lineup, it's just something that you're gonna have to face sometimes. Teams are gonna buzz around in your zone, and it's our job to stay calm and trust the system and do your job, and usually it works out. I thought tonight we did a good job of that. We didn't give a lot of chances, at least the first two periods, and it just didn't go our way. But I thought we did a good job, and I mean against Florida, I thought we did a good enough job to win the game as well. So.
Tight game, obviously, through two. How frustrating is it to have a puck off the skate go in and be the difference maker in the third?
Yeah, I mean, 2 goals inside a minute, so you never want that happening, especially we were leading the game, and I think we played really well, so it sucks.
Yeah, just your opinion on the defensive effort in front of you through most of the game tonight? They seem to be pretty solid.
Really good. They let me see every puck. I mean, clearing out rebounds. There wasn't too many high grade A chances either team, so I think both played great.
And right to the end, even at 2-1, it felt like they were pushing enough to get the equalizer, right?
Yeah, we were pushing for sure. Just couldn't get it done. Their goalie took a couple big saves there, so yeah.
Group, did you see that first one?
Not really.
Yeah.
I should have seen it probably. So.
You had some traffic in front of you.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Tight game through 2 periods, and you're playing probably the way you want to, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open a little bit. How tough is that to take
a
out
little
a
bit?
loss like
Yeah,
that?
they got two good bounces there. One ramps off our stick, goes off our skate, then we got our heels a bit. But yeah, it was a pretty solid game all the way through, and just couldn't generate much at the end.
And given that with especially the second goal off a skate, how frustrating is that to take that result?
Yeah, first one off a stick, second one off a skate.
Yeah.
It's too bad because we're playing a heck of a game. We weren't giving up much at all. I thought we had some good looks ourselves. Their goalie made some big saves for them.
Lars, when you're down a goal in a game like this, it may be interesting to some people that the line, I don't know if you call it a fourth line, you probably wouldn't, but Corrali's line and Olivier are getting frequent opportunities late in the game, down one. Just tell me what the level of trust you have in that line and what that says about how they're playing and maybe how other lines are playing.
Yeah, the players dictate. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, they score another goal for us. They're giving me a lot of good minutes for a lot of games here, and so it's trust on both ends there, and they're generating. They're forechecking, they're banging, they're tracking pucks, they're getting their looks too, so it's easy. Yeah.
You kind of went back and forth with them and Boone's line with Johnny. Are those the two lines you felt were going tonight?
Yeah. Actually, I thought Roscoe was skating pretty good, and they had some looks too. Their line. But really, those three lines were the ones I was using, and a little bit of it was matchup, just with the size issue with the Monahan line, using curls against them. But flipped it a little bit at the end just to see if we can get something else.
I mean, in the first period, you guys had quite a bit of zone time, actually. Yeah, a lot of chances, or some chances in there. Do you feel like mountain ball was a big factor in tonight's game as well?
Oh, he was solid, yeah. And I think Corpy was solid too. I mean, 2 goals, there's not much he can do on both goals. Ramps up a stick, and the other one's off a skate. It's a little bit of tough luck, but the first period, I thought we could have generated more. You got a little bit cute. We're stopping the play instead of just driving that and shooting pucks. There's 2 or 3 times where we have odd man situations and we don't get anything out of it. Now, it would have been nice to get something. But again, through 2, it was tight game. We didn't get much in the second. They got a couple looks at the end of the period. That was it. It was we have 2 breakaways in one shift at the beginning of that period to maybe get some juice going and offensively. But he made some good saves. Give him credit. It was a close game.
You just mentioned the 2 breakaways. When you come up empty on 2 breakaways like that as a coach, are you thinking, hope that doesn't bite us later in this game, or did you forget about that by the end of the night?
No, we had the lead. We had a 1-0 lead there, so it didn't come back to bite us at all. It's you obviously want to cash in if you can, but again, you tip your hat to the goalie sometimes. He made some good saves there.